This Coast to Coast Entertainment Network program is brought to you by Beside Me Bracelets. Our bracelets are handmade for any occasion. Use the promo code Coast to Coast for 15% off. Visit their website at besideme.com. Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry. With 24-hour shopping available, use the code 160920 and show her some love, like she showed us. Reaper Apparel Company, a commitment to live your most authentic way every single day. Visit reaperapparelco.com for more information and a look at all of their apparel offerings. And by Good Day Embroidery, your local source for custom embroidery, screen printing, and more. Log on to gooddayembroidery.com for more information.
Hey, welcome everybody to a Tuesday edition of Between the Ropes here on Coast to Coast Entertainment Network. I'm Crispy Bacon, here with Big B. How you doing, Big B?
Hi, doing good. What a weekend in wrestling. Especially for myself locally. But what can we say about Saturday night's main event, Raw? Some of the news coming down on a tournament and all that fun stuff. So, I'm ready to talk wrestling.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm freezing, Chris, or it's you. I don't know.
Let's talk.
I know my signal's been
You want to
choppy
go
for
over
a
what
while.
you did over the past weekend?
No, we can start. Let's start with the pro stuff, and then we'll get into it. So,
all right. So Saturday night was Saturday night's main event, and it was very much eventful. 4 matches were on the table, all championship matches, and half of them were, they had a new champion. We started out the night with Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship. I'm not surprised, but surprised it started first, and then Cody Rhodes retained.
yeah, I mean, I was surprised they kicked it off with that, but I mean, again, not really surprised because they had another title match to crown the Raw champion. So that was I kind of figured it was going to be the main event, but like you said, 4 matches. What are they going to do? Cody retains. I know a lot of people. I've been watching social media posts are upset. But it just seems like wrestling fans, we can't make everybody happy, and people are always upset no matter what they do. I like it. I think Cody's hinting towards a heel turn here sooner than later. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much into it, but Drew, I don't know what they're doing. Drew, I mean, I think somewhere down the line he deserves a run at the title. But it just doesn't seem if people behind the scenes are with that or not. But we'll see because I don't think he's had a meaningful win. God, in almost a half a year to a year, I can't remember when the last time he's had a meaningful win to catapult him somewhere. So, what's your thought?
I know a lot of people. Yeah, a lot of people were upset that Drew didn't get the win, but also I think it's mainly because of their switch to ESPN. If they wanted a true big name title change, they would do it over on the PLE with ESPN. So like the Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, something like that. And they figure, well, it's not really a pay-per-view. It's not, something big. It's just a Saturday night event.
Yeah.
Let's not change hands.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably right, but I mean, it just seems like lately I've been seeing a lot of posts. Everybody's upset with Triple H's, booking and want him out, want somebody else in, want Vince back, want TKO to leave. I mean, again, it's just, wrestling is one of those sports where, the fans are never happy. I mean, depending on who you are, but, it just seems like
Yeah.
either you like Cody's title run or you don't. You want Roman Reigns to have the title, but you don't. I mean, John Cena, how many times have we been, wanting Cena to kind of walk away? Now he's got the, final run here. It'll be the same next year with Randy Orton or AJ Styles. The fans aren't
Right.
just happy. So
True.
what was the
We
next
got
match?
well, first we got Thomas saying good evening.
Good evening, Thomas.
I think Kevin saying hello, y'all.
What's up, Kevin?
But yeah, I mean, first match wasn't bad. Second match was Jade Cargill versus Tiffany Stratton for the women's championship. Jade finally got a championship. She had Tiffany Stratton clock out, so to speak, and her time ended. And I think they went into this match saying that Tiffany was injured, sort of, and that's basically why Jade won.
Yeah, I being a Minnesota person and Chris, I like Tiffany. Kind of mixed reactions. I think it was time for Tiffany time to clock out and give it to somebody else. I think Jade was the perfect person. I think they want to try to build her up, and maybe when Belair comes back, they start that little rivalry. Or I know Naomi's pregnant, so I don't think she'll hold on to the title that long. But we'll see. But good for the Storm. See what they could do with her and build it up. I know a lot of people were throwing the memes up there. Is look at the champions now.
Yes,
Are
I
all
saw that.
AEW former people. I mean, but you gotta remember, Cody started off in WWE.
Right. Yeah.
Not Ethan Page.
But if you want to include him, he's AEW went to NXT though.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I saw that.
Okay. So sorry about that. Yeah, we love the internet connection. So, but
Yeah. But it was one of the shortest matches on the card, and I feel like you're gonna get a match between maybe for the title, but Jade and Bianca.
oh yeah,
I feel like you're gonna get that match now with the title up for grabs.
yeah, and we all know that Tiffany's gonna want her rematch. When she comes back, if she is healthy. I did read that there's some kind of injury, so maybe she's just taking a little bit of time off. Recoup a
Yeah.
little bit. So,
She's been good at champ. I feel like champions, yeah, sometimes their reigns aren't that good, but it's mainly because of how they're booked.
and that's all
It's
thing
not
is,
them.
yeah, exactly. It's all about how they book, how the fans want them. I mean,
Give us the power.
yeah.
Next, you have the triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship. Dominic Mysterio, Penta, and Rusev. Dominic, I don't know if this was surprising, but he retained. What do you think?
Personally, I am kind of shocked. I mean, Chris, we've been talking about Dom since COVID, and I've been kind of backing him and seeing his improvement. I actually thought he was going to lose this somehow. Get the title off of him, kind of maybe have Judgment Day interfere a little bit. I didn't expect him to walk out. I'm glad he did. I think there's a push there for Dom, and we'll talk a little bit more on what happened on Raw. I know Dragon Viper and Adam Barber and Mess Around are probably all just roll their eyes right now when they see that. I really think Dom's the future. Thomas, you may disagree. I think he's definitely going to be down the road. We're going to be talking about how he's. I'm not going to use the greatest, but he's definitely going to be someone we talk about. Back 10 years from now, and how he helped carry WWE during the time of COVID and learning the business, and and possibly a title run.
Yeah, that is true, and a lot of people, are looking ahead to the next Saturday night's main event, which is seen as, last match and all that. People want to see, like Dominic versus, not everybody, but Dominic versus Cena. Cena gets the championship and then has to retain it. I don't know, something. But a lot of people also want to see Dominic versus Rey Mysterio at Survivor Series, which is in San Diego. But everybody wants to see Cena versus Dominic at Survivor Series for the title. Have Cena win it.
Yeah, for the IC title.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen a lot of people do that. I'm gonna strongly disagree with that match. As much as I like Dominic and Cena's going out, there's no point for Dom to drop the IC title to Cena. No point for Cena. Yes, I know, it's the Grand Slam perspective of things, but Cena doesn't need that IC title.
No. Right.
But I definitely think if they book Dom versus Ray, it'll be for the AAA title. I think that makes sense. But definitely, I'm with Thomas. I might not be a big Drew fan, but yeah, he's been getting short at the end of the stick a lot.
He definitely has. But we'll see how that goes. And then you also have the main event, CM Punk versus Jey Uso for the vacant World Heavyweight Championship. Looks like Jey Uso is going to take it, take the victory. But, CM Punk won it. No Seth Rollins cashed in, no takeover or whatever. It was pure victory. So what do you think?
No, it was definitely a good match. I did see the highlights of that. It looks like either Jay screwed up a move or Punk did, and Punk didn't like it, from what I've been reading. But, good for Punk. Got the title. I don't think this would have happened if Seth didn't get hurt this soon. I think they're trying to wait till SummerSlam or, maybe the Rumble. But good for him. Sounds like he's already got a list lined up behind Braun Breaker for a title shot. So we'll see how they book that and how long CM Punk holds it.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to be a long reign, but I don't think it's going to be too short either. I think it's going to be maybe somewhere in the middle. He's not going to.
I would say that I will be surprised if Punk goes into 2026 as a champ.
He might defend it on that first edition of Saturday Night's Main Event.
Yeah, he could. You know, but we'll see. I mean, I don't think he'll lose at SummerSlam or Survivor Series. And then I know there's a pay per view in December typically.
No, Survivor Series is the last one on the main roster.
Survivor Series last one, the Saturday night's main event. Okay, so
Yeah.
I'll give him. I'll give it till Raw then. I thought there was a pay per view, so I will say I'll be surprised if Punk is the champion coming out of Raw or coming out of the Rumble. I'm sorry.
True.
So,
But there's also Cena's final match, which on this edition of Saturday Night's Main Event, he announced that 16 competitors from Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and I like the way he phrased this too, and even somewhere where there are even people that they don't even work in the WWE
Yep.
will get to compete. Now, he didn't mention TNA, he didn't mention AEW, but I think we can have an idea of who it could be.
Well, I think I mean, you know, when he said people not working with WWE, that just leaves a few people because I mean they're not going to strike a deal. I should say this, but I don't see AEW giving up, you know, Christian or somebody that's under contract to come over to WWE for a night to go in that tournament. So it's going to be somebody like Edge. It's going to be somebody like Cardona's name has been thrown out there.
I saw that.
Chris Jericho's name has been thrown out there.
I can
so
see
it's going to be guys like that. I'm still hoping that somehow they get Kurt Angle involved. I saw a post where oh god, now I can't think of the wrestler's name. Bull Buchanan's son kind of threw his name in the hat that he wanted a little piece of Cena.
Oh yeah, over in NXT.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. His son does wrestle in NXT. That's right. So that'll be kind of interesting. Right now, the first we'll talk about next week's Raw. The first two matches have been announced. So that'll be kind of cool. So, like I said, the only
I'd
thing
like
I'm
to
hoping
see.
for... Go ahead, Chris.
Oh, go ahead. I was gonna say I would like to see like Nick Nemeth.
Yeah, Nick Nemeth. You know, but yeah, it'll definitely be interesting to see who they bring in. Like I said, the only thing I'm kind of hoping for is they tie Angle into this somehow because he wants to go out like he did coming in. Well, we all know that the big promo that he cut was against Angle that night that he said he came for ruthless aggression or something like that. So Thomas is chiming in. Maybe they have Braun win the championship at Mania.
I've heard that.
I don't know. I mean,
or sooner.
You know, I don't see CM Punk hanging on to it that long. I don't know. You know, and maybe it's not CM Punk that drops it at Mania. Maybe it's somebody else. But Braun will be champion before Mania, I think.
Yeah.
Or somebody else, which we'll talk to about in a little bit here. So
true.
But
so let's jump over to Raw.
Okay.
And let's see what we got here. We have Roxanne Perez and Rick. Well, it starts out with CM Punk, you know, basically congratulating himself, saying he's champion and all that stuff. And then out of the blue, don't know why, Logan Paul shows up.
Was it? But anyways, yeah, Logan Paul shows up. Heck of a promo between them two. You know, Logan Paul's another one too that I see kind of getting that title run, kind of being, a semi face of the company. The guy's got tons of followers. We all know that's one of the reasons why WWE is using him. But the guy's got talent. So yeah, he came out, kind of threw his name in the hat, and then of course, if you're a wrestling fan, you knew the Vision was going to come out. Breaker was going to, get involved, and turned into a big melee with Logan Paul getting a tsunami. Punk coming in with the chair to push them guys away, took the title and left. And then, of course, we know that there was a main event set up backstage for a tag match. So, but let's get into the action. So, what was it? Raquel? Not Raquel.
We had Roxanne and Raquel versus Stephanie and Nikki. Stephanie back here and Nikki Bella.
Yeah. Good match. Kind of shocked Bella took the pinfall. Raquel, another young girl, lady. I mean, she's what, 21, 22, I think.
I think so, yeah.
But yeah, I was kind of surprised that Bella took the pinfall in that. So it really doesn't set up much. I mean, I know Stephanie has a match against Raquel next week, but I mean, Roxanne can't be like, "Oh, I pinned the champ, I beat the champ," I need a title shot. So I was kind of shocked on that one. But yeah, Becky coming back, taking the pinfall, kind of shocks me. So kind of interesting. And I don't know what you thought, but when they had their backstage segment, it kind of, my son kind of made this comment that kind of leaned towards Bella maybe kind of doing a heel thing. So we'll see what happens there. So
has it been a while since she's had a heel turn, or has she always been?
Yeah, the Bellas have really never. The Bellas have really never been a heel. I know they had that little split back in the day when one of them lined up with Stephanie McMahon, but they never really got pushed as a heel. They've always been, somewhat of a face. And Thomas, you're the encyclopedia of wrestling, so you can tell me probably the exact amount of days that the Bellas have been heel. So.
But they haven't been like one way or the other. They just kind of been bouncing back and forth.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a short-lived heel turn. I know that much. So.
Sound like it didn't go over too well.
Yeah. There's some people that can't pull it off or make it believable.
Penta versus the Speed champion at the moment, El Grande Americano. And it looks like Penta won that match.
So it wasn't for the title though, because
no, it wasn't. No, it was just a match.
Yeah. Both, El Grande. I mean, we all know who he is. I mean, it was a good match. He tried to headbutt him a couple times, and Penta kind of kicked him in the forehead there a little bit. Penta got the win, even though that El Grande's little lackeys tried to help out, but they both got ejected. So I was kind of waiting for Dom to get involved a little bit, and that didn't happen. So it'll be interesting to see that partnership, if it's still a partnership. But
yeah,
I don't know much about the Speed title. I know it's a 5-minute match. It's kind of like the old television title match where they had like 15 minutes to get a match in, and if it didn't, then it was a no contest. Champion still stayed the same. It sounds like that's kind of what the Speed champion is. So.
Yeah, I don't really go off the Speed championship, but
yeah,
it's worthless title to me. We had a confrontation, if you might say, between Dominic Mysterio and his dad, Rey Mysterio.
Or did we? I mean,
well, they had a promo, but
yeah, no, it was a good promo on both of them. That's why I think they're setting up something for the AAA title. But Dom claiming he's the greatest luchador. Ray listed off a few of them. Dom kind of shocked the world. I didn't think he would say it ever, but I saw a lot of clips and videos of people doing podcasts, and when when Ray dropped Eddie Guerrero and Dom said, "Keep my dad's name out of your mouth." I think it just threw everybody for a loop. Yeah, so I'm sure that's going to drive speculation that Eddie and Dom are really father son, not Ray. But no, I think they're setting up a match for that AAA title. I think it'll be a good one.
Or do you put up the AAA Mega Championship?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, the AAA title. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the title they would fight for because Ray doesn't need the IC title. Keep it on Dom, or give it to somebody else. Like maybe a Kamala Hayes or something. But Ray's one of those that I know he's trying to stick around, and but I mean his time's coming. He doesn't need a good title run. I mean, he doesn't need a big title to run with, I guess.
And I think too, they're setting this up only because, well, it's in San Diego. They're both from San Diego.
Yep.
It's only
fair.
Well,
that's exactly why they're setting it up. I mean, that's exactly why they're setting it up. They're both from San Diego. Probably gotta push push a little ticket sales there. So try to get the hometown people involved. So
yeah. Oh, I don't think they need help. You got Cena to back up. I think they're fine.
Yeah.
Asuka and Kairi Sane defeated Bayley and Lyra Valkyria, and a lot of people think that we're gonna see the not so nice Bayley again for a little bit.
I don't know. I'm kind of conflicted on that. I've seen people say that. I don't think Bayley as a heel works that well. Maybe not full time. Maybe they do the little, flip back and forth. 1 week he comes out being, the not nice Bayley. The other night he comes out being the hugger Bayley. I don't know. To me, I think they kind of started setting up the women's war games with at the end there where Flair and Bliss came out to push the Kabuki Warriors away. So I can see it could be the champs with Bayley and Valkyrie versus Kabuki Warriors and Judgment Day. I think that's the way we're going to see that war game pop up. But no, I mean, it was a good match. I mean, definitely Raw worthy.
Definitely. And, it looks like, Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss are wanting a challenge.
Yeah, they definitely do. And that team's kind of grown on me a little bit. I didn't know how I'd like it. I didn't know how they would push it, but it's kind of like the, I guess the big sister, little sister. I guess I put a big brother, little brother.
Yeah. Right. The sibling kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Team AJ Lee. No, I'm not talking about CM Punk and AJ Lee. I mean AJ Styles and Dragon Lee defeated Finn Balor and JD McDonough in a World Tag Team Championship match. And I think it's kind of funny that people are calling AJ Styles and Dragon Lee Team AJ Lee.
Yeah, I do think it's kind of funny. It'll be interesting to see if WWE kind of bites on that and starts making shirts or something like that. I think that would be kind of funny. Good match. Any day now, we're gonna see a Judgment Day breakup. They run their course. You know, to me, you can't have Dom be the only champion in that club, and so yeah, it'll be interesting to see where that goes. But sooner, any day now, I would expect somebody to start falling away from Judgment Day and start breaking away.
And I'm thinking, I think JD would be first, then Finn, or maybe the other way around, and then everybody else just follows suit.
I could kind of, I could actually kind of see Finn, maybe getting frustrated that Dom's involved in a lot of things. So I can see maybe Finn challenging Dom to an IC title first, and then, if he loses, he steps away, or if he wins, maybe then they kick Dom out. But yeah, I see Finn being the first piece to fall.
Yeah. And then to end the night, we had CM Punk versus MJ Uso tag teaming up against Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. Unfortunately, nobody won because it ended up being a double countout.
Yeah, that was a good main event. I'm actually surprised they made it a double countout. I think that just drives everything a little deeper between the four of them, and especially what happened afterwards. After the beatdown started happening, Jay took a tsunami. CM Punk comes in with the chair. Again, the Vision kind of backs up. They regroup a little bit, grab chairs themselves. There's a standoff, and then big shocker, Logan Paul shows up. Well, be honest, I didn't see this coming with him knocking the lights out on CM Punk. I actually thought maybe they were going to try to push Logan Paul to be a heel or a face to see how that worked, but it actually kind of makes sense. I think. I think it's Paul Heyman guy. If he does join the Vision, I mean, I think they kind of hinted to it where he gave the brass knucks to Paul Heyman. They kind of smiled. They didn't really embrace, but I think we see a new Vision member coming. And I think
temporary.
I definitely think it's a perfect fit with the ego and stuff. And it's Logan Paul is not bad on the mic, but I think he could. I think Paul Heyman can help him, especially with his career. So, maybe they push Braun to be the champ. Maybe they push Reed and Logan Paul to maybe be, tag champs. I don't know. I kind of like the way what they're building. If they keep it going with this Vision look.
I agree, and I think this mini tag match kind of sets up War Games a little bit. You're going to have, CM Punk, Jey Uso, and 2 or 3 other members versus Logan Paul, Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, and whoever else joins in.
Well, funny you say that because I don't know. Because it sounds like that they're trying to get on the SmackDown side the Wyatt Six versus MFT. So I can't see them doing 3 War Gaming matches. So either they do 2 men or they do 1 of each. I'll be surprised if they do 3. But again,
but you can also.
What's that?
I was going to say you can also make that a 10-man tag match.
Nah. That would be too much. 20 people in a War Games? No.
No, it's 5-on-5.
Well, yeah. But no, I think they're. I don't see them doing 3, so maybe they do. I mean, I can see them doing CM Punk, Jay, somebody else versus them 3 at Survivor Series, or they do a traditional Survivor Series. We go 4-on-4 elimination style.
No, they're doing War Games.
Oh yeah, they're gonna do War Games for sure, but I don't see.
I don't. I think initially, yeah, it was gonna be a White 6 versus whoever, but I think with everything going on with
with
his family.
Rotunda, yeah, you're right. They might be scratching probably their. Funny thing is we've been talking about War Games, most of the summer or last few months at least, and could you see trying to write the War Game plan and you start hinting towards Seth Rollins and the Vision, and then Roman Reigns see a Punk team. You got to scrap that idea. Then you start doing MFT versus the Wyatt. Now you might have to scrap that idea because of Bo Dallas, and by all means, worth scrapping. Bo Dallas needs to be with his dad. No doubt about that. And
right.
We're wishing the best for the recovery for Mike Rotunda, but then now you got to come up with another War Games plan. I mean, be a fly in that boardroom trying to come up with these matches would be kind of interesting.
Just wait for the next season of Unreal.
Yeah,
it will be covered.
Exactly.
But if I was a wrestling booker, or matchmaker, whatever, I would write down every waking minute I have. Okay, here's what I want to happen.
Yep.
And then if plan A doesn't happen, here's plan B.
Yep. Oh, we know Triple H is all about the plan B. I mean.
and then I'll have a plan C, D, E, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And then good. Okay, you're back. We'll insert you back in this match.
Yeah.
But that's what I would do.
Yeah. No, there's definitely a lot of brainstorming going on. And again, injuries happen, plans change, so but
that is Raw in a nutshell, I guess.
Yeah. So Chris, before we move on to what I did and Kevin did this weekend, I want to get your opinion. What's your thoughts on how Triple H and TKO has been running WWE? I mean, what's your thoughts? Because a lot of people have been calling for Triple H to step down, TKO to get out of the wrestling business. What are your thoughts?
I feel like Triple H, just focusing on Triple H right now, I feel like he's doing good. You're not going to please everybody. Everybody wanted Vince out. He's out.
Yep.
Triple H took over. It's been 2-3 years, almost 4 next summer. And now you want him out. I mean, you can't please everybody. I think he's doing the best job he can. Now, can you do a little bit more by actually showing up? Sure. Because I've heard rumors that he wasn't at Saturday night's main event. He wasn't at Raw yesterday. But he needs to do a little better than that, in that respect. As far as putting the matches together, I feel like they've been more entertaining. I feel like they haven't been too repetitive. There's some matches that have been repetitive, but you're going to get that. But overall, I think the matches have been more unique and different than under Vince.
Yeah.
Now, TKO side of things, lower the price. You're pricing everybody out on these tickets. I get it. You're trying to make money, especially for Cena's last match and Mania and Royal Rumble and, wanting to go to other countries. Going to other countries is fine. NFL does it. Baseball does it. Other sports do it. But just don't make it too much where people can't go, because you're gonna see like in Utah where there's nobody almost.
Yeah. No, I definitely get that. Man, yeah, ticket prices. Me and my son, try to go to all the events that we can.
Yeah.
Excuse me. NXT's coming to town next Thursday on the 13th. You talk about ticket prices. We'll be sitting front row. You're looking, $150 a piece, so or 175 because it was 350 together. But but again, I mean, it's like not even an all or nothing. It's like either you pay for front row or you pay. I mean, I was looking around other seats, further back. It was 325. It was 300. It was 290 for the 2 tickets. It's just like, well, you know what? I might as well just get front row, and get that little interaction.
And then TKO saying, well, Vince made it to where families can
Yep.
go.
Yep.
Good for him. He did that.
And the thing is and it's not just ticket prices with wrestling. I mean, you look at concert tickets, you look at sporting events, you look at movie tickets.
Yeah.
I mean, everything is up there. You just got to make the choice on where you want to sit, how many games you want to go to, how many concerts you want to go to, and all that stuff. So, I mean,
it's like, I think for the World Series, even the not nosebleeds, but the higher up seats, for like $300-$400 in the World Series.
Yep. But I mean, you talk about John Cena's last match. I mean, yeah, front row seats for there. I bet you are nowhere. I bet you couldn't even get a front row seat probably for under 5,000 for John Cena's final match.
I wouldn't sit up front, but I'd go if it was here.
I mean, Ric Flair's final match. I mean, I think tickets were
Which one?
Outrageous.
Which final match?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, but with that being said, Saturday, I've been hyping it up ever since it was announced. A local event that I follow, Kevin Cherry, if he's still around, follows. They had their big granddaddy of them all, Grand Slam 7. Let me pull up the card here because I can't remember the whole card. But, one thing is get out and support these local wrestling promotions. They put on a lot of good matches. And they put their time into it, and it's fun to go to. I mean, I wish Kevin was here. It was his first. It was my fourth. The meet and greet. It starts off with a good meet and greet. This year, Great Muda was there. Adam Bob. Well, I'll tell you right now, for country singers, he looks like Billy Ray Cyrus. I wish I would have taken a picture. I would have sent it to you to post.
Oh yeah,
I'll have to find one. I saw somebody post one.
okay.
Who else was there? Maggie Lee. If you watch TNA, she's M by Elegance.
Oh, cool.
Yep, she was the women's champion going into there. Carlito was there, which was funny. Got him to sign my Apple. I bought an Apple plus cards. My son asked him how the spear felt when he was here in Minnesota, and he looked at him and goes, "It hurt." Top Flight was there.
I thought he would have said that wasn't cool.
Yeah, I was actually kind of waiting for that to happen, but nah, he just said it hurt. He said everybody's been asking him. The great manager Paul Eller is there along with Sonny Ono, so that was kind of cool. Definitely brought my Paul Eller card, got it signed. Didn't know he was going to be there, so that was a shocker. But also, I don't know if you know those two guys. I mean, of course, it's me and my son, but it's Von Wagner and his dad, Wayne Bloom. we had this picture taken back in a few months ago at the Maplewood Mall. Had them sign it. To me, this is memories right here. I mean, the pose with Wayne Bloom and his son, with me and my son. It was kind of an honor. We actually printed out a picture and gave to them and wrote on their thanks for the memories. But once it actually got started, they had a 10-man battle royal for the vacant innovation title, which was won by Cornelius Vaughn. That was a great Royal Rumble, great way to kick it off.
Any surprises?
No, not like Carlito didn't join in. The big surprise was, somebody backed out. They had this wrestler Magnodon join in because he was feuding with the first person that entered the Rumble was I can't think of his name now. Let me see if it shows here. God dang, I can't remember who his name was now. Anyways, he was number one, and he had a feud with Magnodon, and that was the surprise number 2 entrance. But it was a good one. My pick, Shane Diesel, did not. He was the final 3, I think. I think it was. So, and then they went into a tag match. NDS, worldwide they call them. Levy Cruz and Riley Jackson defeated the Gentlemen's Club, Aaron Arsenal and Lennox Leon. Good tag match. These two teams, especially NDS, definitely can see them going places. Good high flying match. NDS won that one. Then it came to the grudge match for local wrestling fans. It was a Buck Hall Brawl match. Gator McGraw, Mike Kenny came out of retirement for one last match to face Eric Corbin, another Midwest legend, I guess we'll call him. It was a good match. I mean, it wasn't what I thought it would be. I mean, they went into the crowd a little bit, but Gator McGraw won his last match. He stated after the match that this was the first time his kids got to watch him wrestle, so that had to be a proud moment for him. Then we had a fatal 4-way for the MAW heavyweight title. Going into the match, Burke was the defending champ versus Jay Fowler versus David Ali versus the former champ JDX. Jay Fowler won that match. Very good match. A lot of back and forth. Everybody, I think, they hit their finishers on there. After the match, though, we had an impromptu match. JDX had their version of the Money in the Bank. They called it the Golden Ticket. So he, as Jay Fowler was celebrating, attacked him with the chair, turned in his golden ticket, and then he became the 3-time MAW heavyweight champion. So good for him. Then we saw a Women's of Nations Grand Slam Cup match. Sierra defeated Isla Dawn on that match. Sierra, can't say much about her. She is by far going places. Matter of fact, she will be fighting Scarlett in a couple weeks down in Illinois. So that'll be a good match. If you're down in Illinois watching this, go check it out.
Yeah.
Single match, Tajiri with Sonny Ono versus Joey the Jet Avalon, another guy who I think is going places. I'm going to start calling him Mr. Grand Slam because, I mean, he puts on great matches. He had a little person up his sleeve because, Sonny Ono gets involved a lot. In his corner, he brought out Paul Ellery. So got to see Paul Ellery do his thing as a manager. But Tajiri won that one. Good match. Sorry for Joey because he got the mist in his face. Then we saw a triple threat match. Sasha McKenzie versus Brittany Brooks versus the champ Maggie Lee. It was actually a double title match because Sasha McKenzie is also the women's of Nations champion. So it was a winner take all, and Sasha McKenzie actually won. So she is now both the women's champion and the women of the Nations champion. Great match. These three girls put on a heck of a show. And then finally, in a non-title match, we saw Top Flight, AEW's Top Flight, Minnesota's own, versus Royal Flame, the MAW Tag Champs. Great high-flying action. I'd like to see these guys run it back one more time. But Top Flight took care of business as they walked out the winners. And also I want to give a special shout out, congrats to one thing that MAW does is they select the fan of the year, and this year winner, the first woman to win this award in 4 years, I think. Lisa, I'm not going to try to pronounce her last name because it's long and I think it's hyphenated, but congrats to Lisa on being the first woman to win that honor as fan of the year. Hold that title proud. But outside of that, I can't say much more about MAW. I mean, the ownership, the announcers, the productions they put on for Grand Slam. Check it out on YouTube, MAW Midwest All Star Wrestling YouTube channel. They should have the matches.
I was looking them up earlier. Yeah.
So, but yeah, definitely check them out. There. Oh yeah. Definitely check it out. And like I said, go to some of your local wrestling events and check out what they have. But so with that being said, that's my wrap up of MAW Grand Slam. Can't wait for their next event. Can't wait again the road to Grand Slam to start again because they put out a heck of a show.
Do they do it? Do they do the Grand Slams around the same time every year, or?
Yep. It's been mainly October, November. I think it's just when they, their home gymnasium for this, I guess, would be North High School. So if they get North involved, then that's where it will be. So, but yeah.
Hey, that ain't bad. Congratulations that they had a good event. Next year will be what this was the 7th, so it'll be the 8th.
Yep, next year will be the 8th, our 5th one going. So I can't wait.
You almost been to every single one of them almost.
Almost. I wish I would have been. I wish I could say I've been to every one. I don't know why. Grand Slam 3 was the first one. I can't remember why I probably had to work and couldn't get it off, but I don't know why I didn't go to 4, but I've been 5, 6, 7. So I told myself we're not missing this event. So
there you go.
Yeah. So,
but I think that's all I got for WWE or different wrestling events. But any final thoughts?
Just keep watching, keep checking us out. If you guys watch NXT on, actually, I don't think it's televised. I was going to say if you watch NXT on Thursday, you'll see me, but I just think it's a house show. But
yeah, it's a house show. Unless something major happens.
Yeah, I definitely have a recap. We'll be sitting front row. Hopefully, we can get a snag an autograph or two. But keep checking us out. C2C Rankin will not be on tomorrow. I have some obligations in the morning to do, so hopefully we can do it Thursday. I'm just waiting for Tim to reply. Coach Cody has reached out to me because he wants to talk his new journey in the Arena Football League. So we got to set up a time for Coach Cody to come on. Definitely congrats to the World Series champs. What a heck of a series that was to the Dodgers.
That was a good
with-
series, though.
I think we'll have a recap either next week or the week after to kind of recap the season. We'll have to talk about that. But tomorrow, Primetime Blitz will be on. Definitely talk some trades, recap week 8, going into week 9. So a lot of things going on. So
yeah, a lot of trades happening. We're at the halfway point of the NFL season. It's time to put up or shut up.
that you're exactly right. Put up or shut up. And I would say after the Monday night game, I think the Cowboys did exactly that. So.
Yeah, I think it's. I mean, you still got to play the games, but I think it's over.
Yeah. So, but with that being said, Chris, I guess we'll see everybody next week.
Yeah, we'll see everybody next week for another edition of Between the Ropes. Try to make it on a Monday. If not, we'll squeeze it in somehow. We usually do. So, with that, have a great week and enjoy, wrestling and all the other great stuff.